famine, natural disasters. My baby has been alright for me. Kingdoms are falling, angels be called.
It's time to boss up. Fix your credit, girl, get at it, get your bag up.
Hit that gym and get back fine. Go get that degree. Go, girl, focus on me. Unlock potential that you didn't know.
Good morning, Jules. All right, here goes the infamous beeping bucket car tour. We're gonna discuss everything that's wrong with the car. I'm gonna try to, y'all know I talk slow, y'all know I get long-winded, and y'all just know I talk too much. So I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible. Y'all just bear with me because it's a lot to explain in a short amount of time, but I'm gonna try to get it done just so y'all can just basically get the gist of it. So if you can hear this beeping, which I know you can, the car, you see the car is off, but you can still hear the beeping. So what this beeping right here is what the main issue is so far. This is because the person who sold it to me, there's something stuck. The person who sold it to me rigged the ignition key right here. This is what I mean by needing a whole new ignition kit. This comes out and will come out and need to be replaced because the car beeps when it's off because it's rigged and it feels like it's thinking that a key is stuck in here, it's still in here. So it's beeping trying to let me know that to take the key out. But there's nothing stuck because this is rigged. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they really did stick something in there. I don't know. But if I leave this beeping on all night, overnight, it will drain my battery. When I first got the car and didn't know this was the issue that was severely, you know, I didn't know at first. And so when I first got the car and I started finding out what all was wrong and all of that stuff, this is what drained the battery. So then I had to go to the dealer and get the battery, get a new battery. And then I had to start making sure I unplug the terminal every night or when I'm finna sit the car long periods of time. Like I do it at work and I do it at home at night because this beeping will drain the battery dead and I will have to keep getting a replacement battery. And that's just too much. So right now I'm lifting the hood every single day at work and at home to take one of the terminals off and that will stop the beeping. When I got the battery changed out, my radio stopped working. The radio was working, sound, everything. Now that's a new problem. I don't know what triggered the radio to stop working. I don't know what messed up the wiring when we changed out the battery, but now my radio comes on. My radio comes on, and if I put the code on, it'll come on like it's working. I just got to put the code in. But then there's no sound either way. So that's why I don't even worry about putting the code in. But I'm thinking about going to an audio store today and seeing if they have time to look at it and check out my wiring and just see what's wrong. Because I'm tired of riding without a radio. My radio was working before the dealer changed the battery. And then the dealer tried to charge me a whole nother $185 diagnostic fee after I had just paid a diagnostic fee to learn what this main issue ignition was and get the battery changed. They wanted me to pay a whole nother $185 for them to diagnose and see why the radio went out. Then I would have had to pay whatever extra for them to fix it. And if I didn't want them to fix it, I would just take a L on that $185. Do you think that was reasonable? Because at the time I was already upset about a whole bunch of stuff, so I wasn't even trying to hear it. Okay, then these lights, I'm cleaning the inside of my car today, y'all. It's dust and pollen and just everything everywhere. So these lights stay on because this car had been wrecked prior to me buying it. They bought it at an auction, of course, and pieced it together the best they could to get it sold. I'm telling y'all, yes, I was ripped off. I was in a rush getting a car because me and Joy was carless. I sold my truck that I was hauling my food trailer with because I didn't need it no more. We was using Joy car at the time. Then as soon as I sold mine, a week later, her transmission went out in the car that she had just finished paying off. So we was in a rush for a car, and I picked out a lemon. That's how that happened. That's a whole nother story for another day, but I'm trying to keep this short. So all this was wrecked. If you know anything about cars, when a car gets wrecked and it messes up the sensors under the hood, then it will mess up your sensors in here, and you have to get the sensors reset. Only thing with this Acura is it's a luxury brand car. It's a luxury Honda, so it's not as easy to go in here and reset these sensors without a professional doing it and really knowing if the sensors need to be reset or if something needs to be replaced. So this is another problem that I have to get fixed, because eventually I want all these lights to go off. Now this other beeping that you hear is a whole, let me try to get the phone. This is a whole nother set of beeping. Y'all heard the beeping with the car off. Now you see the beeping with the car on, and it's actually that side airbag. It's saying the side airbag is off because the passenger seat airbag deployed and they never did replace it. So when I'm in here talking to y'all all the time, the beeping that you hear, that's the second type of beeping, which is the airbag deployment, because now I have to take this either back to the dealer, or actually I'm not gonna go the dealer is never my first option. I'm out here looking a hot mess because I had intended just to run out and go pick my daughter up from her friend's slumber party and then drop her off at another friend's house for the weekend, and I was going to go straight home. But it's already 11 o'clock. I'm up at a late start. I should have been up. And I need to go get an oil change at Walmart. If they have some availability to do the oil change, I'm gonna go in and just buy me something to put on. So we're gonna do a quick little Walmart run haul. And y'all, I thought my rash in my chest was going away, but it seemed like every day when I come outside, it starts back itching. And then I think I'm on week number 3 now that it has not cleared up. I can't find my cream. It's a medicated cream that I actually use. Triple antibiotic will work too, so I'm probably finna grab some out of Walmart right here. But I've been putting vitamin oil. Vitamin oil does help it to stop itching, but it's not healing it. And I still don't know what it is, because I thought that it was the Olay body wash, the new scent that I used. But I have stopped using that for 2 weeks now. So it ain't that. I don't know what it is, y'all. My skin's so sensitive, and I'm allergic to everything outside. And then it's not even just on my chest. It's on the back of my neck too. So now I'm wondering if it's the detergent that I'm washing with. Okay, she said they lining up cars right now for oil changes. I'm hoping everybody just an oil change and not nothing serious, because the oil changes shouldn't be taking too long. So she finna get everybody signed in, get our keys and stuff, and then we'll be able to go in. And then good thing about Walmart is I can get something to wear. And so basically I'm finna move on to the next thing to start working on this car, because the ignition kit is on back order with the manufacturer. So y'all know how everything going on in the world and stuff, everything is hard to come by, and parts and stuff for these cars are really hard to come by, especially Acura because of the type of car it is. They're just, everything gotta come from the manufacturer. Like even the people that sell OEM parts, which is like aftermarket parts, black market parts, they still have to be able to get the parts from the manufacturer, or somebody that sell the manufacturer product. So if the manufacturer ain't making the products or being slowful making the products, then everybody that sell their products is on hold. And that's where we at with my ignition kit. So now, instead of me just waiting until whenever Acura is gonna finish making these parts to get one, I'm just moving on to the next best thing. So I'm about to get ready to take it to a shop that somebody referred me to figure out what to do about this airbag beeping situation. And then I'm just gonna start working on my cosmetics until I figure out what I need to do with this ignition kit or get the part in. And not cosmetics like paint job and stuff. I'm not gonna start that because I want to get this ignition kit for sure. Because once the ignition kit is done, I don't know what else is gonna trigger and mess up. Just like how I changed the battery and the radio stopped playing sound. So I'm not gonna do no major cosmetics. Yesterday I went and got seat covers. But I gotta show y'all the seats before I put this other cover on the passenger seat, because the passenger seat is the worst. And just like stuff like that, seat cover, and see why my radio not playing sound, and get some more tint that I got took off, because I got the tint took off these two passenger windows. So I'm gonna put the tint back on these because that was way too dark, and the man had it double-sided, which is cool. And that's it. Radio, tint, and these seat covers. That's what I mean by cosmetics. Not doing a paint job, not getting my body kit redone and ordered yet, because I do want to get the beepings out of the way before I spend money on the whole outside body of the car, if that makes sense. Because I'm already having to go out of order because my part is on back order, but I don't want to step too far and put too much money into it, not knowing what's gonna become wrong and trigger with this ignition kit. Okay, so this is the key, and as you can see, it's pretty much toe up, rigged, no nothing. So ain't no telling how long this car had been sitting up before they purchased it from the auction. Good thing about it is I got the mileage on here, and it's only 151,000 miles on here. And Hondas and Acuras can go up 500K plus if you keep your oil change and keep the maintenance and stuff up. So I did have a mechanic tell me that overall, assessing the car, the engine and the transmission is good. The mileage is good. Overall, I have a good car under the hood wise. It's just these little bitty it's the stuff I just showed you plus the cosmetics is what make it look like it's not a good car. But once this type of stuff is fixed, and then I'm like, okay, if I have a good engine and a good transmission, that's what makes the car run outside of the radiator and the starter and stuff like that. So if all of that is working up under the hood, then why not go ahead and fix what's wrong with it if overall the car is like probably 75-85% good? Because what really matters is what's working under the hood. And if it have a good engine and transmission, that's all I need, really. I can maintain the rest. I'm out here looking bad, y'all. We in line. They finna come put my sticker on. I just realized I got my dog with me. He can't sit out here in this heat. So we finna try to improvise and throw him in the basket real quick and just take him in with us. I don't know. We done took him in before. But I gotta get his service dog paperwork done because this man don't like being at home alone. He got bad anxiety. Just like all the rest of us in the house. But yeah, I'm out here thugging. Looking. He not comfortable sitting on the bare basket. So look at him. Shaking and everything. He's so timid and scary, my poor man.